Sick of losing defending rounds on theme park because you don't know how to set up sites properly? Well, this is the video for you. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to set up sites on theme park so you can win your next rank game. Let's get into it. So let's start in throne room. Quite easily the easiest to defend in the game. Your reinforcements on site is every wall in the site. You also want to reinforce here, these blue barrel walls. And then you also want to come all the way down here and do 2 yellow walls. Okay, now these 2 walls in the site you want to keep soft. You don't really need to do anything to this one. But here you want to put some feet holes so when people are playing here in the safe spot, you can still see all the way out the dragon. Also, most people do make holes over the top of these walls, because that means you can then C4 over and it'll land exactly where an attacker will be jumping in from the windows. So you just have to listen for that sound cue. Next we head upstairs. We want to get the hatch, which is just outside daycare, right here. I like to hold upstairs, so I tend to reinforce initiation wall here. And then maybe put a few small holes here. Then you can play behind and then peek as the attackers are pushing in. Make sure to have help from your teammate. Attackers will choose to push upstairs because of all this soft floor actually sees down into the site. And it will also mean that people will open up, especially here, because then they can see down onto the yellow walls and get rid of any of the wall denial. Be aware that that corner before, the safe spot that I was on about, the only way they can actually get you there is by bouncing a nade off of this box into the corner. On this side, I would choose to run 2 lots of wall denial, probably mute and a kid or a bandit. Most likely a kid, as you have the ability to then throw your kid claw from a far distance. I would also suggest an Armoury, or at least someone with a shield, so probably smoke. You can put the shield on here facing out into dragon, or you can place the Armoury along here and it'll blow up like that. Next up is Bunk and Daycare site. You want to make a rotate into the back of daycare from bunk. And you also want to reinforce the 2 bunk walls into initiation. You would also probably want to bring some electrification for these walls too. You want to make a rotate from brick to top arcade. And even potentially put a shield here facing down arcade. Other reinforcements would be here. You then want to make feet holes along the right and a small rotate on the left. Just small enough for you to get through. You also want to reinforce top yellow here. And reinforce this wall. You can get a vault by running. You'll see the vault prompt. But I honestly can never get the spacebar timing. You want to reinforce that wall. Usually I just run around or get someone else to do it, lol. Again, like before, I would suggest reinforcing this single wall and making holes along the side So you can have some sort of presence in here. But remember, the aim here is to fall back, as the attackers will be pushing across from the east side to the west side. My last 2 reinforcements I'm going to place in office. This means the attackers will now have to either funnel through bathroom, or they'll have to come down break hall. If you have someone playing the long angle here, helping in break, you should be able to safely play in office. However, it is probably a position where you play to die.
Secure the area. Keep the
The last site I'm going to show you how to set up is initiation and office. I'm not going to show you lab because I genuinely don't have a solid idea of how to set it up, as I never really go there in ranked. So the first thing we're going to do, reinforce vault. And we're also going to reinforce the 2 top yellow walls. Now this is where it gets a little different. I'm actually going to reinforce the right wall and make a rotate on the left. This is very controversial, but I would like to put an Armoury here. This makes a big circle like this and allows you to play behind it onto the door. However, if you don't have an Armoury, swap it over, reinforce this wall, and make line of sights across here. You want to make a rotate from office to waiting. And you also want to make line of sight from cash down to waiting as well, allowing you to play the long angle and not letting them walk in cash for free. Optional extra is feet hole in cash, just as a bit of a deterrence. Moving across to initiation, we also want to rotate here into waiting. And again, we're just going to reinforce the 1 left wall and blow out the other. We do want to reinforce both of the initiation to bunk walls, however. Next, now this is the important thing, you want to make sure to come round here and either you want to shoot out this whole wall. This prevents the attackers putting a hard breach charge here and it breaching a little bit on the side if this is electrified. Or you can choose to reinforce this wall and have it electrified too, so they still can't breach these 2 double walls. Again, on this site, having some sort of electrification on mute is very important. I would also say a smoke would be quite good, as there is some hard to reach places, especially if they decide to plant behind here, as it's pretty closed off. But that's it. That's how I would set up Theme Park in my ranked games, and I hope it allows you to win your next ranked game too. Thank you for watching. Let me know what map you'd like to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.